from home, so from Manchester and the rest of the UK where the fans are. That's where the club is. But yes, in Asia it's a business, but let's keep it that way. Let's not change anything that's going on, because you have. It may sound controversial, but in my opinion, the true fans are here. The ones over there, they're casuals. I look at it as, they think to themselves, if United go on a pre-season tour, they think to themselves, it's a day out for the family, let's go. But here, fans are there week in, week out, they go on away days and that. This is where the passion is. I don't think the passion's there in other countries personally.
I know, but does passion matter when all the clubs see is money? I mean, you've got to understand why it's appealing to these clubs. You're playing, I've said multiple times already, but big clubs, week in, week out, you're not playing any small clubs. Yeah. And although there's fewer games, you're still able to, the revenue they're going to generate is lots bigger. They'll be able to take a bigger cut of that as well. Because imagine all the TV rights that's going to cost a lot. I read a Forbes article posted in 2018 actually. Out of 659 million fans of Manchester United worldwide, 325 million are located in the Asia Pacific region, whilst 173 million are in the Middle East and Africa. So they're not travelling to games anyway, and it's a big viewership, isn't it? I don't think they care. They're still going to be watching the week after.
I get you.
Regardless.
I do get your point. But let's look at players as a stakeholder.
Right.
So for me, players fall into category B.
Yeah.
But that sort of shifts in my opinion. So they can be considered category D. If you look at players such as Messi, Ronaldo, they have high interest in their club, they're passionate about their club, and they also have power because they're a leader in the dressing room and everything. Even Mbappe, look at the situation with PSG. You see all the things on social media about, Mbappe controls PSG and all that. I'm not saying he controls PSG, but he definitely has a big say in what happens. He's got power there compared to other players in the squad. So, players, do they really want to play in the Super League? Obviously, they've proven to have high power to go against it. So, when all this stuff about Super League was coming around last April, Rashford posted on Twitter a banner at Old Trafford, and it was a quote from Sir Matt Busby which said, "Football is nothing without the fans." So this shows footballers, they're stepping up against the Super League. They're showing their interest and power to counter that situation.
But again, does that matter? Well, that's just one player of many. A lot of these players want to make money. You see Mbappe. But Real Madrid, obviously, he looked up to him. He looked up to Ronaldo. PSG, recently came about for more money. And he was ready to go to Real Madrid. What did they do? £1 million a week contract. He's straight in there. Players are when you cancel them, which these clubs will, and which these clubs will have even more money from the Super League. It's gonna be a struggle to see people say no. I'll be very surprised. I feel like players are definitely more influenced by money. I'm not gonna lie. They may be some players, maybe they're not. Maybe they do want to go and play for the most prestigious competitions like the Champions League. But you just never know really. That's the issue.
But the players are there. Right, look at how many players there are throughout Europe that have stuck to their team. Obviously, Gerard Piqué has just retired.
Yeah.
He stuck with Barcelona for years. They went through financial situations. He could have easily, moved on to another club, went to China or something, MLS, took a huge paycheck for the last few years of his career. He stayed at Barcelona with a reduced wage.
I know. I understand that bit. When you look at football as a whole, most players do. Oscar for Chelsea back in the day. Yeah. He was playing very well, probably the best for his life. He was, he was a prospect. He was going to be one of the best players, and then he got, was it Shanghai he went to?
I think it was Shanghai.
They offered him an amazing contract for £300 a week, sorry. And he took it straight away because he wanted the money.
Listen, in the modern game, on average, you look at the average wages of a Premier League player. You have you have loads of players such as United that are on £200, £300 a week. Yeah. Is that not enough to say let's stick to this? Would you not say that's enough to say, everything's doing well with the Prem, why do we need the Super League? We've got enough money as it is. Do you not reckon they'll have that mindset?
The
And
clubs.
I think, no, the players I'm talking about, and they'll think to themselves, you know, it's what the fans want. They want to stay in the Prem. We're on enough money as it is. Do you not think they'll have that mentality?
So what you're trying to say is you think they won't go with the clubs even if they don't apply?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying when they're trying to pull their clubs away from joining the Super League and staying in the Premier League,
Yeah.
and you're saying how players, they want more money. Have they not got enough money? Do they not have enough to think to themselves, let's think about the fans, everything's going fine in the Premier League, let's stick to this?
I mean, yeah, you might guess so. I'd hope that, I'd like to believe that a lot of their players would like to stay in the Premier League and would support the fans, but
Well, that's the thing, you don't know what's going to happen.
And especially in the future, you know, it feels like fans of the clubs and players are suffering quite a bit with broadcasting between. And there's less community, and the less community is the more money focused it becomes.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll have to see, I suppose, but yeah, I mean.
Yeah, fair enough. Do you want to move on to television then?
Yeah, sure.
What do you think about that one?
Well, what is there not to say? TV stakeholders, obviously are high category, like they want to be pleased, possibly a category B, if you look at the scale. And I think they would definitely be for the Super League, although they say they wouldn't, like Sky Sports.
Yeah,
Say, they wouldn't. It's an agenda, really.
It's just it's just to get on the fan side.
Yeah.
They say they will, but they will. Let's be real.
I mean,
I was
looking at a few statistics actually from Sky.
Yeah.
They talk about the average Premier League match day income. Man United's average match day income was at a £3.96 million income per match, whereas Bournemouth, who were ranked lowest and top list, for service, only generate about £210,000 pounds per game average.
Yeah.
So when you put respect to the league, it's obviously Bournemouth clap as much.
Yeah.
That was watched, was no commercially, free revenue streams, broadcast and commercial match day.
Yeah.
I don't know. So then, what would creating a Super League would do is have all the biggest money makers in one place. The amount of money being poured out, the amount of money being distributed from the Super League to the clubs. It's a ridiculous amount of money to think about.
So you're saying like you'd look at Chelsea versus Bournemouth.
Sorry, can we just pause?
Yeah.
No, sorry.